Welcome back on our truck build. We left off yesterday with the other side, cutting it out, the outer cowl, the inner to outer cowl, and the inner cowl. So today I cut this side out, and I traced it from the back. I took off the hood hinge, traced it from the back, and then I cut it. And right now there is a gap because it's hanging a little low. What you see here is on every at least pre-72. I don't remember what year they quit using lead, but there's a lead seam here. So you can either cut this out right here, and you can make a new patch right here, and then you can weld the patch in and then grind it smooth, or you can butt this up here and re-lead it. We do it both ways. Eastwood, I believe, sells some lead that's doesn't have all the chemicals and that kind of stuff in it. It's a little harder to work with, but you don't have to like wear a mask and suit up and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, getting back to the panel, even if this were a rust-free cab, which we do have some rust-free cabs, but even if it was a rust-free cab, we would replace at least the outer, because the outer would set our door gap. And since we did a roof skin, none of these roof skins match up. I mean, this one has almost an inch gap right here. And then it did not meet up with this even after we put straps and pulled on it, and we pulled it and everything else to try to get it to match up. So what we'll do is we'll make a piece to go in here to make this where you'll never be able to tell that it had a roof skin on it. So when we build our trucks or any vehicle, let's say it's an Impala, we account for the rubber that's going to go in here. So that will bring the door out flush with this. So we're pretty much flush. We just have to get a piece of metal in there. And then you also have to count out here, is that going to be flush with the new pillar, which it's not. So we might have to heat this post up and tweak it this way a little bit, but the door's not all the way closed either. It has a hinge in it which keeps sticking. But the other thing, while we're making this video, is to show you how easy it is to put a patch panel in, and then we haven't showed on the channel yet, cleaning and then to start tack welding. And we will show that maybe in another video. I would like to get this door aligned before I do any of this, because what we normally do is get the door alignment done. Then we'll weld this in, because I want a perfect gap all the way around these doors. So these doors, they're all interchangeable, but from 47 to 55 First Series, you know, some had wing windows. It really doesn't matter. You can take the wing window out and just put a regular window in it. But none of them fit correctly from the factory. I mean, they were farm trucks. So to make them perfect for a show truck, they have to be, metal has to be put in there, and no matter whether you put a roof on it or not. I mean, the gaps are inconsistent, and they will, I mean, they just look horrible. So to make them perfect, you have to add metal, and a big part of the gapping process is this outer cowl panel. And this panel had a vent in it from factory right here. And because we're going with leather and carpet and all that kind of stuff, we do not want that in our truck that we're building. Now, we will save this, sandblast it, and maybe use it on a different project, so it won't go to waste. We'll probably come up with some, we have put them on some, you know, inner fenders before and different things like that. So, but I just wanted to show you guys real quick the outer cowl and inner to outer cowl. And then basically your inner cowl will go here. But like I said, until we cut the floors, we won't get to that point. So it's kind of a lot of mocking up, and then we'll get everything mocked up, then tack welded, and then we'll final weld everything before we send it out to sandblasting. So it's kind of how we do it here. We replace the panels that need replacing. We always replace these, at least the outer, because you can replace the outer without having to do the inner. Most of the time we just tear them out and put them in because they don't take that long. And then we put the same floors in because we run an LS3 435 horse with the 8-speed transmission, and it comes with the computer, wiring, pedal, everything. So it's a complete drop-in on the Roadster shop chassis. That's 99% what we run. Now we do have couple of chassis that we haven't done in a very long time, 20 some years, that we're going to be doing. So, you know, it's going to be a refresher course. Actually, the kit that I got from the gentleman that makes the kits for this one chassis, I've never even put it in before, so it'll be all new. So I have the instructions. It's supposed to be a bolt-on kit. I think if we get everything mocked up and don't know how I'm gonna like the bolts. Even, I mean, obviously I would go with stainless. I'm probably gonna weld the kit in. So that's coming up here next couple weeks. So we're gonna keep plugging away. We're gonna show you what we're gonna do to the dash. Probably just some simple little welding up some stuff, and obviously we're gonna cut the floor. We'll probably make some back panels for it, and we want to do all this before, we want to do all that metal work before we take it to sandblasting. We want to have it all ground down and then take it to sandblasting, because you'll be surprised what we actually do after sandblasting, because we do not use epoxy primer. But stay tuned for that answer. Please like, comment, share, and whatever else they tell you to do on these videos. But I do appreciate you watching, and I hope you learned some stuff today. I know it wasn't much, but we're going to try to put out a video every day, 5 days a week, maybe 6, and actually show work and explain what we're doing. It's just, today's Sunday, and I come out to the shop and I actually had a bunch of welding to do. It was about 3.5 hours of welding, and I didn't want to record 3.5 hours of welding. So anyway, have a great day, God bless, and we'll see you on the next